on, Jazz, you gotta hit the note.
Dad, you're not hitting the note.
Neither one of you have ever hit a note.
Oh! all right. But when I was her age, I could sing.
No, you could not.
Your father has worked so hard for you to be here. You know that, right? You got here on a bridge called your father's back. All those years at Novus, one of the biggest tech companies in the world, and he'd do every single one of them again just to see you standing right here. And he's gonna keep right on going so your brother can stand here too. You're the first in both of our families to get into a college like this. Make us proud.
I know she will.
I love you guys. We love you too.
No.
Jazz,
Yeah?
please remember to wear deodorant.
Marcus?
What? I'm just saying, it's a small room.
Important update regarding your role?
We are sharing some difficult news regarding your position. We have made the decision to eliminate your role. Today will be your last working day with Novus.
Artificial intelligence reshaping the world's business landscape, and critics warn a massive swell of jobs may be on the line. A projected 10.5 million American jobs could be lost to AI by 2030.
Van Jones on Substack.
A lot of my friends in the tech world are very excited about the future. My friends who are not in the tech world are terrified about the future. And there's a reason for that. On the tech side, they see a future of increasing abundance. That's what they see, because from their point of view, look, AI is taking off, biotech is taking off, robotics is taking off. They say, and they're not wrong, you're gonna have way more stuff than you've ever had before for humanity. If robots can work around the clock and never take a nap, they can make a bunch more stuff. If bots can be working overnight, solving all your business problems, you're going to be able to create a lot more stuff. They say you should be happy because so much abundance is coming. The problem is that that's only true up to a certain point. Abundance without participation, abundance without inclusion actually feels like scarcity, and that's dangerous for everybody. Suppose you're sitting in a room and somebody walks in and they bring a whole wheelbarrow full of money and jewelry and diamonds and everything you could ever imagine, and they dump it out in one part of the room. Everybody on that side of the room is experiencing abundance. They're happy, they're thrilled. They're saying this is an age of miracles. But what about the people who are on the other side of the room, who are not participating, who don't get access to any of those goodies? To them, you didn't just scale abundance, you actually scaled scarcity. Their experience is, I'm now miserable. I don't have what I need, and look at those people over there. Now, the worst thing that will happen to those people on the side of the room that is not experiencing the abundance is that then somebody that they love, their spouse, their child, is going to nudge them and say,
Hey, Dad, how come we don't have what those people have?
and now that person isn't just miserable, they're ashamed. They're humiliated. If we wind up in a world where the technology companies are getting richer and richer and richer, and the people who own them are getting richer and richer and richer, but the people who used to be the doctors and the lawyers and the professors and the teachers and the psychiatrists are all getting poorer because they're no longer needed, and they get a bunch of pink slips. You don't just have mass unemployment, you have mass humiliation. You have people who used to matter and now don't. They used to have a high salary, now they have no salary. They used to have high status, now they are ashamed. When you have tens of millions of people who are experiencing humiliation, you have a problem. I've got a chance to work in some of the toughest prisons in the United States. When somebody has nothing and then you humiliate them, they become the most dangerous person in that prison. You could have 10, 20, 30 million people who, with nothing left to lose, who feel thrown away, who start doing things that nobody wants in terms of riots, in terms of all kinds of things. So technology is advancing on an exponential curve. However, society is adapting only on a linear curve, just a little bit at a time. The gap between the exponential curve of technology and the linear curve of society adopting and adapting creates a big, big space. And in that space is something you could call social unrest, a destabilized society as more and more people feel that they're being left behind. So the question you have to ask yourself, if you're part of the technology world, is what can we do to ensure that we have a layer of stability tech or social tech, so the technology is actually being used to make sure the people who are being displaced actually land on their feet, actually have access to food and to clothing and to shelter and to energy and to broadband and to dignity. What can we do about it? Now, some people see this revolution in technology and they see the exponential curve. What they want to do is decelerate the technology. They say, hey, this is too fast. We need to regulate AI. We need to regulate and push down on the curve. I say, good luck with that. Technology is hard to slow down once it gets going. So rather than trying to decelerate technology, why can't we accelerate community, accelerate humanity, develop technologies and companies that give people more power, more access to what they need, that help communities where people live and work and play and worship, empower those communities to move faster, and also get government, which is very slow, to scale up too. Can we speed up the way that people and communities and government are able to perform their functions? And if so, we actually could have a very good outcome. But that won't happen automatically. That requires a new set of initiatives. Not government, which is already broken and divided and slow. Not philanthropy, because philanthropy is even slower and is not going to be able to solve these problems. And not the existing tech companies, because those companies are chasing each other for money and profit and market control, and they just are not focused like they should be on solving this problem for society. We need social tech. We need stability tech. We need dignity tech. We need a new set of companies who are deliberately trying to distribute abundance, to take the abundance that's being created and make sure it gets to the people who need it. Now, frankly, nobody knows how to do it, which is why I'm so proud to know Peter Diamandis. Peter Diamandis is an extraordinary leader. He created the X Prize, he created Abundance as a major summit, major conference, and he and his team have put forward a challenge to the world, an X Prize for abundance, an X Prize to solve this problem. And it's something that I'm going to be focusing on a lot, and I hope that you will too. There is a world where everybody has more than they have right now, where actually people are freed up from the worst parts of drudgery and jobs that don't make people happy, and have the tools to invent and create and to share and to make their communities better and stronger. That world exists out there in the future. It's possible. It's going to take us all coming together, people who don't have a lot but have a lot of energy and hunger, people who do have a lot and also have energy and hunger, to get together and make sure that the future is better than the past.
Van Jones on Substack.